Hello instructors. This is a tutorial that outlines an experiment that explains density and why objects sink or float to students as low as the 3rd grade. To begin the experiment, the instructor must explain the difference between weight and mass. They must explain that mass is how much stuff an object contains. Then the instructor must explain that weight is how much something called gravity pulls an object. The instructor must be clear that gravity is something we can see the effects of, but we cannot see it itself. For example, if I take this piece of paper and I drop it, gravity pulled it down. We could not see gravity, we only saw the effect. Next, the instructor must explain what density is. They must be clear that density is how much mass an object has per unit volume. The easiest way to do this is to take 2 plastic bags and to fill one of them with any material that is lying around in the classroom. In this case, we have paper balls. The instructor will take one of these bags and place the paper balls inside of it. Then they will take another bag, which is empty, and place it right beside the other one. The instructor shall explain that because this bag has more stuff inside of it than this bag, that it is the denser one. Before the experiment can begin, the instructor must measure the masses and the approximate volumes of each of the objects that they will be using for the experiment. They will give these masses and volumes to students, and the students will have to determine the density of the objects after the experiment has been done. For the experiment, the instructor will break up the students into small groups. Each station will have a bowl of water and a number of objects next to the bowl of water. The number of objects will vary depending on the teacher's discretion. In this case, we have a rock and a sponge. The students will make a prediction about the object, in this case a rock, whether it sinks or floats. Then they will place the object in the water. In this case, it sinks. Next, they will take the other object and again make a prediction. The students will again place the object in the water. The sponge floats. This can be done as many times as needed depending on the number of objects. Then the instructor will give the students the volumes and masses of the objects and have them determine the densities. The students should find that the objects with the higher densities than water were the ones that sank, and the ones that had lower densities than water were the ones that floated. That concludes the experiment. Hopefully the students have a better understanding of density, mass, weight, and volume, why objects sink and float. Thank you for watching our tutorial.
Watch out, here I come.